Hi, my name is Robin May. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another episode of The Reframe. I want to start off this episode by saying you are exactly who you think you are. Today is not about fixing yourself. It's about noticing something that we usually pass by very quickly, and that is our thoughts. We often treat our thoughts like background noise, something that just kind of happens. But the story that you repeat to yourself quietly becomes the life that you live. If you believe you're behind, you tend to move more cautiously. If you believe success is rare, you hesitate more. If you believe abundance is unsafe, you hold yourself back. It is not because you're incapable of any of these things, it's because your brain is designed to do that. We've talked about this before. Your brain is not designed to help you chase your dream. It's designed to keep you safe. And safety often looks like familiarity, even when what's familiar might also be what's limiting us. So the first thing you need to understand is that limiting beliefs do not come from failure. They come from protection. Let's just talk really quickly about what limiting beliefs are and why they can negatively affect you. Limiting beliefs are not flaws. They're strategies that your nervous system has learned over time. So some thoughts that might come up are, that's unrealistic. People like me don't do that. It's probably too late. These thoughts are not signifying that something is wrong with you. They just signify that you're trying to stay safe, trying to avoid feelings of disappointment or feeling like you're being judged. And these feelings are uncomfortable. The brain tries to protect us from having to acknowledge them or experience them. I want you to think about something. How many of your parents were born in the 1970s or earlier than that? During that time, the only people who had a voice were TV broadcasters, TV hosts, journalists. And for them, having a voice was rare. You had to go to school for it. It was all about who you knew. There was political favor, and visibility in general was very permission-based. And now, in today's day and age, anyone's voice can be heard. If you have a phone, you can get on, you can send out a tweet, you can post on Instagram, make a reel, make a TikTok, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Something that was once impossible or unrealistic or didn't feel like it was attainable actually became normal. And that only happened because somebody imagined a reality that did not yet exist. Somebody had a dream that they could be this person and they did not need to go about it the traditional way. Somebody thought outside of the box. So when you look at your dreams, ones that feel far-fetched or unrealistic, I want you to consider this. Your dreams aren't unrealistic. They are future realities another version of you has already experienced or accepted. You're dreaming it because it's already happened. And I want you to use your dream state, whether that's when you're asleep, whether that's a daydream, whether that's closing your eyes and visualizing it. I want you to use this as your manifestation point. This is your reference point for what is possible and what you can work towards. And oftentimes our dreams feel distant, not because they're unattainable, but because you haven't fully allowed them yet. Okay, so we're gonna do something different. I'm not just going to sit here and tell you everything you need to know. This is going to be a very active workshop, let's call it. And I'm going to invite you to grab a paper, grab your journal, grab your pen, and go through some reflection prompts with me that I have really enjoyed and have helped change my thoughts. The goal of this exercise is not to try to fix yourself, but just to try to notice. Put pen on paper. Put your thoughts, the things that come up to your mind first, put them on paper. Let's acknowledge them, let's notice them, and then we can figure out how we want to change them. I have my chai tea, I have my notebook out, so let's journal together. So the first few prompts are about releasing comparison and expectations. Reflection, question number 1. Who am I subconsciously measuring myself against? What expectations am I living under that I never consciously chose? So for me, I find myself constantly comparing myself to a previous version of me. In 2021 and 2022, when I was in my early 20s, I was having such an exciting time. So many things were new to me. I kind of had this huge ball of momentum. And I feel like as the years have gone by, things have changed, society has changed, the economy has changed. I find myself looking back at those years and wondering like where I went wrong or feeling like I've fallen off. And that is something that I am currently working on right now and realizing that I haven't fallen off. I've actually just grown. And the things that I loved back then and the things that I was willing to do, the boundaries I had are very different than what I have now. And so I'm navigating what that looks like for me. So, an expectation for me that I never actually chose, it was kind of just imprinted or imposed on me, is that making money needs to be hard, or that I need to hustle or work a bunch of different jobs and all of that. And I feel like I've taken that quite literally into my life. And that's something that I am working to release. And an affirmation that I like to say is that making money is very easy for me. And that doesn't mean that I don't challenge myself, or that doesn't mean that I don't work hard. It's just reframing what hard work actually feels like for me. And so for me, hard work is doing things that I love, being organized, curating my space. Those are the things that I want to qualify as hard work versus actually overextending myself or working long hours or working multiple jobs. Hard work is about staying the course and trusting the process while I'm pursuing things that I love. Our second section, which is all about being more open-minded. Where am I labeling something unrealistic because it feels unfamiliar? So, where right now are you feeling like an idea, a dream, a thought is illogical or impossible or not attainable, but really it's a limiting belief and you're being closed-minded to different ideas of how to navigate it or make it become a reality? So another thing that I've been working on is how to conceptualize living a rich life. And one thing that I always struggle with conceptualizing is how much money I need to have or needs to be in the bank to live the life that I want. It's not that I'm necessarily labeling it as unrealistic. I think I just have a lack of familiarity with exactly what the lifestyle I want to live looks like. So that's something that I am pursuing a lot more this year, is being around people who are already living the lifestyle that I want to live, being around people who are going to the events that I want to go to, they're hosting the workshops that I want to host, attending those things and really becoming familiar with what it looks like. Section 3 is all about identity flexibility. If you could become anybody else, who would you choose and why? What is it that you admire about that person or their lifestyle, how they look, how they talk, how they carry themselves, the space they live in? I want you to really write down those characteristics. Be very specific, okay? And we're not talking about from a dreamer's point of view, but as if you're writing out qualities of yourself. We're almost done. I know this is a lot. Please feel free to pause this video, write down and come back to things. Section 5 is practicing discomfort. Now, this is one of the hardest things to do because your brain does not want you to be uncomfortable. That's why you have limiting beliefs to begin with. Ask you, what discomfort are you experiencing that might actually be growth? And our last prompt for today, I want to talk about living consciously. A lot of us can be very out of sight, out of mind, and we kind of mundanely go through our day, just checking our to-do list, doing the same routine, same regimen every single day, and not really consciously living and choosing and making these decisions with how we're currently feeling. So my question is, what belief are you ready to interrupt today? What belief today are you ready to change the narrative, change the perspective, change the outcome, change the way you said it? Pick one thing that you can interrupt today. This could be something as simple as the meal that you eat, the order you do your morning routine, walking to work instead of driving. It can be something very, very simple. This will go a long way in shifting how you identify with your beliefs. Okay, so if you made it all the way to the end of this video, firstly, I want to say that I'm so proud of you because doing this type of internal work is not easy. A lot of times it can feel heavy and overwhelming. And I want you to know that that is 100% okay if you feel that way by the end of this video. The point of this video, again, is not to fix yourself, but really just start to notice these patterns. And the more you become self-aware, the more you become aligned. You don't become somebody new by accident. You become her by thinking like her before she exists. This year, I'm choosing to be a lot more intentional with my thoughts, not to control everything, but to let my inner world support the life that I'm trying to build, because you are exactly who you think you are. And that is today's reframe. As always, if you want more from this, if you want to read along, if you want to type this, copy and paste these reflection prompts into your digital journal, everything will be on my Substack as well. And if you are still becoming, you are right on time. And I will see you all next week.